I decided to make another video on this. Seems the other video got an alright amount of views, so I was like, why not? I'll come back at it this again with fully working draggable doors. So if I punch this door, I am able to swing it open like I would in Phasmophobia, close it. Of course, it will not go any further if I try, so just try my best, it will not. I can simply close it and open it, and then I can punch again, and it will stay in the position I left it. So I can angle it however I wish. I can fully close it to do that. Or say I can leave it in any angle I wish. So I can just leave it right there. Doesn't matter, but you punch, and it works as is. It is multiplayer friendly as well, so if I just run an attack on this player, see, their door is slightly open, and I can still move my door without interrupting theirs. If you can just barely see. Yeah, and of course I can close my door, and they can still move their doors, but of course, this is just a fake player that I've got here just for testing purposes. But I say, yeah, they can move their door. If I just move them forward a little bit, you'll see. See, their door moves. And if I attack again, their door will be disabled. I can then grab their door if I wish. Grab their door if I wish. Apparently not. Where's the hitbox? There it is. And that's how you do that. The hitbox isn't entirely sorted out yet. Oh, God. Come on. There we go. The hitboxes are a little bit weird, just because of how Minecraft works. I'll show you how it works now. If I do F3B, these are the hitboxes of the doors. This first hitbox here isn't coded in yet. I'm going to do that probably after I finish this video. But this hitbox, you punch it, you're able to drag and open the door, and you will see an interaction spawned on top of you and follows where you go. So if you move and keep punching, it'll eventually get it. But if you move too quickly or whatever, you might not be able to punch it straight away. But I'll eventually add a system later down the line where if you move too far away from the door, you'll stop moving it anyway, like in real Phasmophobia. So you're not like all the way down here and you start dragging the door, even though from here, I'm unable to drag the door because I'm just too far away. If I get close, I can swing it open, yada yada. But it's the same for the player. If I attack it, you see a hitbox appears on them. And of course, if I punch it as well, then I can disable it, which I don't know if I'm going to bother fixing that, because like it's going to be a rare issue. Because the player's hitbox is basically just the size of that hitbox. It'd be a very, very rare issue that I doubt I'll fix. Behind the scenes of this, I'll go over it a little bit. It seems if you, if you're at all curious. But basically, it has a linking system. Oh, oops. It has a link. So there's two doors here that are all linked. There's 4 entities that compose one door. There's 2 armor stands and 2 interactions, which are invisible at the minute. I will quickly make them visible over here. Give me 2 seconds. If I just change these invisible tags to just not being invisible, I can show you what these actually look like so you get the best idea I can. I'm not going to go over all the commands because unless people give that much of a shit, then I'm not going to bother because it'll be too much work and too much explaining. And I can barely speak English in the first place, so it's not worth it. So if I just kill these doors real quick, get rid of them, then respawn them. So you can see there's now an armor stand there, so you get the idea of how this works. So when you punch a door, you will have a armor stand at this length, where wherever you move, it will go. There is another armor stand, if you can just about see it, that is always looking at it. It's the one that's a slightly darker armor stand. It is always looking at this armor stand at all times. If that armor stand that is looking at the armor stand that I am moving, if it gets to the point where it is at an angle where the game's like, oh, okay, the door should open now, it will. The other armor stand that is the door, which is the bright one there, will move. Because basically the bright armor stand has a custom model on its head, which is the door. And basically when the black armor stand is at a certain angle, the game will start opening the door. And then of course I can punch, and it'll all freeze in place, yada yada yada. And of course if I fully slam it, yada yada, fully open it, fully slam it, you get the whole gist. It will do that sort of thing. If someone wants me to go over all these commands, I can, but I say I can place as many of these doors as I want. They all work sequentially, like on their own. They don't really intertwine too often. Which one did I punch there? I punched that one again. So it's an accurate system. It just makes sure you are close to the door. So there is a few issues with it, which I don't know if I'll fix yet because this has been an absolute pain in the ass code. So yeah, that just is what it is. Because this has been a nightmare. The fact that I got this to work as well as I did is I'm really happy with. There are a few issues with multiplayer. Like if you, for instance, if I have this person punch the door, okay, they need to actually line up. No, just a little bit left. go, and then I punch my door, and I go over to her door, it can tend to follow it, and that can get stuck there, but if you move far away enough, it will come to you, and this is going to be an issue, whether people like it or not. It's not exactly a game-breaking issue, because, as I've said, you can just move away, and sometimes it'll stay, sometimes it'll come, but say if you punch, it'll reset it, and you can punch it again and bring it back. So it's going to be a problem, unfortunately. Unless someone is smarter than me and can figure it out, go ahead. But for the time being, this is just how it's going to be. And the only other issue is if I'm too close and I punch, it won't immediately deactivate. It'll only deactivate when I get close to the original source of the door. So they're not game-breaking issues. They're just going to be slight issues that you'll have to deal with in the map. That's if I ever, of course, release this map. Big if. But no, that's that. Draggable doors in Minecraft. If people want to go over the commands, or if anyone is of any help at all, hit me up and say in the comments. If you watched the end of this video, thanks, because I appreciate you, because that means you enjoy my work. If I ever get my work out there, that is. So thanks to you, and I will see you guys whenever I decide to upload again.